and very welcome to my barber shop slash stylist shop. So I do cut hair here. I also do hair color, and I generally mostly sell things here. I'm not the best at cutting hair, but I do know my way around the scissors and know about general proportions, what to do in certain scenarios, when, how much further should I cut than normal. And of course, I'm not using just any kind of scissors. It's the ones that aren't used in schools or anything like that. It is very much the ones that are used by barbers specifically. If I am correct, the measurement for those kinds, or at least the most optimal ones, are 7 inches. If I am correct, that's the kind of scissors, and you're able to rest your thumb on the very end. No, not the thumb, the pinky, actually. And you are able to cut very efficiently as you are able to listen. It also depends on what techniques you like to use. There are other kinds of scissors that have little indents in them as well. So those allow for layers of hair if you are interested in that kind of style, actually. So, so you've cut hair before. That is excellent. So, I'm assuming you're not here for a haircut since you are specifically by the area of the shop. So, do you have any other questions about the different products that we have, or different kinds of techniques? What sort of thing interests you? Okay, so you are interested in the different scissors, the type of brushes. Are you also interested in coloration of the hair? I have various brushes that help with that process for smaller, for much shorter hair, I should say. And you have much larger brushes that work to be able to place all of the color around the hair, because if you use a small one, it's definitely going to take forever. These particular brushes also have a somewhat sharp end, allows you to be able to segment the hair, and you are able to be much more effective. You see, there are various ways you can segment the hair, and that allows you to be able to work things much more organized in a much more efficient manner. Yes. So do you color hair? Oh, you're just a barber. You're just here to ask questions about other sort of aspects when it comes to the profession. Well, I'm not exactly the best when it comes to cutting hair, like I mentioned before, but I do make sure to clean the different equipment, or to change the different electronic equipment, and to make sure that everything is functioning properly, that the blades are in fact in place, and that it is able to operate smoothly, because if you place one of the blades, the inner blade, if you put that inner blade in the wrong position, it can cut the client, and you don't want that, of course. So how advanced are you in the taking care of your equipment and your utensils? So you are not doing so well, okay? I can give you more information about how to handle those different scenarios. You want, are you applying the correct oil onto the blades? Okay, yes, I see what you mean. And are the blades in good condition? Alright, let me take a look. Okay. Yeah, so you are oiling it somewhat consistently, and it seems that the brand that you use doesn't have any form of, it is very resistant to mold, which is very useful. There are some other electronic devices for cutting hair that are, in fact, they get mold easily, but they can do things that help in other ways. Probably they have much more higher or lower numbers, or even the numbers in between. If I am correct, there is the 1.5, which is quite essential to cutting hair. And as far as I am concerned, from what you are showing me right now, you have that piece, which is very, very, very important. That a lot of certain stylizations aren't going to be, or rather I should say, it's going to be very hard to be able to do the techniques properly. Okay, so give me the pieces that, yeah, those right there, the ones with the numbers on them, you give me those. And yes, they're look pretty good. The last one has a little bit of more hair, but it's not something we could do. It's not something we cannot take care of. I do recommend that for these, considering that they are medium quality, that you obviously disinfect them much more often. I see that your blade is very well managed. The blades of the machine, your scissors, are also looking in fairly decent condition. Okay. Now then, let me see. Okay. They open and close very, very, very well. They look, it's not damaged or anything. The centerpiece that holds the whole scissors together isn't wobbly or isn't damaged or anything of the sort. It seems that you have taken care of your scissors very well. And I do like the design for the one closest to you. That one looks very neat. That one looks excellent. I do like the style of it. Alright, I'm going to check that one. Okay. Okay. This one is, it seems that it's a little bit wobbly, but all you have to do is to use the screw. You have to tighten the screw actually to make sure that it is properly placed. Just make sure that when you look the scissors, that the points aren't, they're overlapped, but they aren't crossed between one another. They open and they close, and they should stay up to a certain point. The above layer should not go, although it should not go down, because if not, it can cut you, and obviously, then you'll have to obviously disinfect yourself and make sure that everything is decontaminated, because obviously you do not want cuts and bruises. You don't want to have that contaminate the client, or you don't want to cut the client. You don't want to cut a little more hair than what you should. So always be sure that the parts that are sharp, that they keep themselves relatively in place. Again, they should not cross. And they should also, the parts where you hold to be able to do the motions for the scissors, they shouldn't be bent. They shouldn't be bent. They should actually be relative to one another. Dare I say parallel. They should be parallel to one another. Should be well centered, and that will allow for the effective use of the scissors. Okay. So, do you have any other concerns? Oh, okay. So, I guess next time we can set up a time and a day for which I will be able to clean the more electronic equipment. Today, apparently, you just wanted me to clean the non-electronic stuff. Okay, that is excellent. The next time you need me to clean your materials and your tools, do come back whenever you need to, and I will see you next time. Goodbye, and may you have a good work day.